Good morning, viewers. Welcome to ST Money's Morning Talk, your weekday business news. It's Monday morning, July 29, 2024, and I'm your host, Sunil Thakker of Sunny Talks Money. Let's roll. A plethora of stocks surged on Wall Street on Friday, July 26. Every industry sector in the S&P 500 ended Friday higher in a broad rebound from what had been a rocky week on Wall Street, including a mid-week tech sell-off. The S&P 500 gained 59 points or 1.11% to close at 5,459, but finished the week lower by 0.8%. The Dow Jones Industrial Average rose 654 points or 1.64% to close at 40,589. It ended the week up 0.7%. The Nasdaq Composite gained 176 points or 1.03% to close at 17,357, but logged a week decline of 2.1% after suffering its biggest drop since 2022 on Wednesday, July 24. The Russell 2000 continued its resurgence, adding 1.7% on Friday. The index of smaller companies had secured a third straight week of gains in which it had surged 11.51%, its strongest three-week performance since August 2022. Experts opine that there is a broadening beyond big tech to other sectors as investors are hunting around for value. Though shares of the so-called Magnificent Seven tech stocks have declined lately, it is too early to throw in the towel on the big tech stocks as they are still generating staggering amounts of free cash flow. Shares of 3M surged 23% after the materials giant beat analysts' expectations, and flooring maker Mohawk Industries jumped 19%. Cable television operator Charter Communications, pharmaceutical firm Bristol Myers Squibb, and freight railroad Norfolk Southern each gained more than 10% in response to their own quarterly results. Whereas Dexcom was a big drag on the S&P 500, plunging 41% after it cut its 2024 sales outlook of monitoring devices for diabetes patients. US Treasury yields were lower after the inflation data. The yield on benchmark US 10-year notes fell 6.2 basis points to 4.19%, its second straight daily fall, but was slightly higher on the week. The 2-year note yield, which typically moves in step with interest rates expectations, fell 5.6 basis points to 4.38% for its fourth weekly decline in the past 5. Remember, yields fall as prices rise. Now, let us look at the Indian markets. Benchmark Sensex and Nifty saw massive rallies on Friday, July 26, which led to a strong recovery following 5 consecutive days of declines. At close, the Sensex was up 1,292 points or 1.6% at 81,332, and the Nifty was up 428 points or 1.8% at 24,834. Gainers outnumbered drags as the day belonged to the bulls. 27 out of 30 stocks on the BSE Sensex were gainers. The market saw gains in Bharti Airtel, Adani Ports, Sun Pharma, Tata Steel and Infosys, among others, while HDFC Bank, Hindustan Unilever and Nestle India saw marginal declines. Top Nifty gainers were Shriram Finance, Cipla, Dr. Reddy's Laboratories, Infosys, Bharti Airtel and Apollo Hospitals, while ONGC and Tata Consumer Products were the only major losers. Also, the mid-cap index surged 2.12%, while small-cap index was up 1%. On the sectoral front, all sectors glimmered in the green, with IT, automobiles, infra, metals, healthcare and pharma recording the sharpest gains of 2 to 3%, whereas banks, both private and PSUs, FMCG, realty, and energy also surged 1 to 1.5%. In other news, US crude is trading at 77.23 a barrel and Brent at around 81.37 cents per barrel. Gold is trading around $2,398 per ounce in the US, whereas in India it is around 6,456 rupees per gram. Now, for today's outlook for the Indian market. The domestic market on Friday, July 26, had experienced a substantial rebound on the start of the next month expiry, recovering from the recent losses as investors digested the final points of the union budget. Investors are adopting buy on dip strategy, refocusing on quarterly earnings and stock-specific trends. This upturn was driven by positive reactions to the better-than-expected US GDP, which augurs well for global demand. GIFT Nifty is around 24,960. On the technical side, a senior technical analyst stated that the sustained trade above the very short-term moving average, the 21 EMA, gave the index bulls the strength to take the Nifty to new highs. A fairly large green candle after several insignificant candles clearly signals a bullish trend ahead. The trend might remain positive as long as it stays above 24,500. On the higher end, the index might move towards 25,250. Stocks on the radar today will be ICICI Bank, India Cements, BHEL, Biocon, REC, IndusInd Bank, Ultratech Cement, Maruti Suzuki, Sun Pharma, Advanced Research Company, Glenmark Life Sciences, Hindustan Zinc, Godavari Power and Ispat, Manappuram Finance, Jubilant Pharmova, and Strides Pharma Science. See you tomorrow morning. Happy investing, stay inspired, and remember, it's all about money.